Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena, and I'm on a journey to pay down my debt and hopefully save some money for my medical costs along the way. If this is the kind of content that you like to watch, I hope that you'll consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and leaving me a comment, as it will help me to boost up in the algorithm. Today, I wanted to show you a few of the products that I use for my own personal use and that I'm thinking about bringing to my Etsy shop. Um, If many of you know that I have quite a few health problems, I'm a breast cancer survivor. Currently, the medication that I had taken for my breast cancer um, left me with cirrhosis of the liver, unfortunately. And so I have a low immune system, and my hormones are way out of whack, and I got all these things that are going on. And so, because of that, my nails are just not as strong as they should be. So, when I use paper clips to connect my money to my challenges and when they're completed or whatever, I generally will break a nail. They're just not strong. And because of the kind of health issues that I have, I cannot get those pretty artificial nails. And so I'm just kind of stuck with what I've got, unfortunately. And because of that, I was like, I really am tired of losing my nails just by clipping something and it breaking or whatever. So I wondered, how could I stop that? And the way that I found that would help was I went ahead and created some of these here. And what this does is I will put this on my savings challenge. You can put it on the envelope, you can put it on the savings challenge directly. It's very thin. It's not going to mess up your envelopes because it's not very thick. And it's just small magnets. And the reason that this one is small magnets is because it's designed only to go on your challenges. It's not designed to hold your money. It's just designed to hold the challenge. So let's say that you have an overage, like I do on some of these, you'll see some of these on there. Then you write down your overage amount, clip it to your challenge. Now you know for the next time when you come back that, hey, I have an extra dollar in that challenge. So make sure to add that in whenever I put in my new money. Or if you're rolling the dice and you scratch off a number and you're waiting until your cash stuffing, you're just scratching off the number to find out the money that you're going to need for your cash stuffing. Then you would write that here. That's how much you owe that challenge. Now, let's say that you have a challenge and all you really want is you're making them all $1. So there's not going to be an overage or an O. Then in that case, you can turn it over. And let's say that that challenge does not have the total on there. You can write your total here and clip it to that challenge. And that way you know how much that challenge adds up instead of having to write it on the back or turn it over or whatever. So it's all there. So that is your challenge clip right there. And I could just call it the overage O and total clip. So this one here is for your completed savings challenge. This one will hold up to 35 bills. And this one I designed so that you could put your total here when it's completed. And let's say that you decide that, oh, I want that to go to my household. You can always write that above here, household, and then the total amount or wherever it's going to go. And so on these small ones, these are very strong magnets, those. On these small ones, the reason that I used metal magnets is because those magnetic sheets, they will not stick to matte. I don't know why. They just don't stick well to matte. This will stick to a matte or to a cardstock challenge with no problem. Or you can actually close it on your envelope and it will hold on that envelope as well. So that's the reason why we ended up using metal magnets on that. These, I have gone through so many, so many darn magnets, trying to find strong magnets to hold challenges and money together. And like I said, these will hold up to about 35 bills by themselves. And then if you have a challenge with it, it will hold about 30 bills plus the challenge. It depends on how wrinkly your money is because none of it's generally like in new condition. If it's in new condition, it will hold up to about 50 bills. But because most of the time it's not going to be in new condition, then it will hold about 35 to 30. Um, and like I said, those magnets there, it took me several months to find the right ones because when they're that strong and they snap that hard, they can break in half. And these, I have had these for about 6 months now. And I've had to figure out a way to attach them because they are so strong. They like to pull off of your clip. But I ended up figuring out that you have to use industrial glue and then cover them as well with just like a sticky kind of paper that will help to protect it a little bit to make sure that it stays adhered to your clip. Like I said, I've had those for about 6 months and they haven't broken on me yet, knock on wood. But I just want to make sure that if you're going to spend your money, I want your money to last you. And so I'm trying really hard to make sure before I started offering any of these that I'd used it for quite some time, just to make sure that they didn't just pop right off. Um, so let's go ahead and get started. When I do a cash condensing, I'm just going to do my challenge this one, and it's not going back to the bank. It's going to sit in that envelope until the end of October. But I wanted to show you how I use my cash condensing sheet. And so what I do there is I put the category that the money comes out of. The reason that you don't see the quantity and the total here is because whatever, doesn't matter how many 50s I have, doesn't matter how many hundreds I have, that is not going to be in the same form when it goes to the bank. And so that's why I only have the amount here. And so in cash, this is my beginning cash. I got $105 for my internet, $160 for my dumpster, giving us a total of $265 in cash. Now in my cash place, the placeholders I have fully funded. I have 2 in there, which we're not going to use today because, like I said, I'm just doing my challenges, but I'm just showing you how I use it. And then we have hundreds in placeholders. I've got 2, so that gives me 200. So I add it all together and I put it here. I would have $465. So at the end of all of this, for cash, I will need to have $265 to go back to the bank. And then, if I used my placeholders, then it would give me a different amount of money, but it would all have to add up to this amount in the end. But since this cash needed to go to the bank anyway, I went ahead and brought that down here. So it is my internet for $105. That's going into my checking because it will be drawn out of my checking. My dumpster for $160, and that will go into my checking as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I had some of these, like I said, I don't know how to edit videos just yet. And because of that, you're going to see all of my hiccups. And I have to do this all in one take. So I'm going to try and run through it quickly so you don't lose interest, I hope. But also, please give me a little bit of grace because I know it's not going to be great because it's just going to be all in one take. So I finished 3 challenges so far. And every time I finish a challenge in my spooky savings challenges, I clear off that challenge and I group that money and I mark it. And I place it in my envelope. But I restart that challenge and I add it and I make it a higher amount to work on the next one. So for the first one on my bouquets, we had $50. And again, you see that there's quite a few little, let me close that back on there and I'll show you. And so there's several bills there, but it should be 50. So let's go ahead and count that and let's see. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. And so that is correct. We'll go ahead and put that here and grab us a 50 to put in this clip. Okay, this next one is Candy My Corn. We finished that one, and that should also have a 50. We've got more bills in that one, and as you can see, it will hold it. And so I'm going to go ahead and let's make sure that's correct. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. So that too is correct. We'll go ahead and put that money into here. Well, let's hope we don't have any more that we need 50s on because I don't have any more 50s. That's my last 50. And so we'll just clip that here. Okay. And then that one was already condensed. We had a 50 there. Oh, that's the one we just did. Sorry. I'm telling you. Wish I knew how to edit because I so would have edited that out. Okay. And so this one was a completed one and it was my mummy at 36, but I think that was already condensed because we condensed that one before. And so that brilliant, Lena, you're brilliant. Okay, so we'll just put that back in there. That is condensed as much as it can. And as you can see, so we raised our amount on that for those. Okay, and this is what I was talking about for these. So for the overage and O, you can put it on your envelope like I had there, or you can put it on your challenge and it will hold on to your challenge. But you just write the amount there. I had an overage of 1 on this one. And so the reason I keep it on my envelope on this one, though, is because these are glow in the dark. And so anything that covers that challenge will discolor that part underneath and you won't see it when we play in the dark. But let's see how much money we have in there and see if we can condense it down. So we have a 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. So let's see, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Go ahead and get that 20. Put that many here. Hope everybody's having a great week. So sorry that I'm bumbling through this, but hopefully you're laughing along with me instead of just at me, which it's normal. It's fine. You can laugh at me because I laugh at myself all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. And we started out with 45 in this challenge. And so we have 45 to put back into this challenge here. Okay. We had an overage here of 1, which you've already seen why I do that. And let's see how much we have here. 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. So we should be able to condense that down. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right there. This should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that should give us 35 again. And it does. So we'll put that back up. I don't normally cash condense on here because I bumbled through it a lot and I just don't think that people want to have to watch all of that. So anyway, see what we got here. We got 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So let's just do a 20, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And so and that should give us 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 20. So that is correct. Go ahead and put that here. Oop, missed the slot. Right there, there's the slot. Alrighty. And hollow my queen. Let's add this up. 10, 20. Take that 20 there. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take another 20 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's get a good 10. There. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's as much as we can do on that one. And that gives us 20, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that is all the condensing that we can do in all of these here. And so we'll put this up. Okay, so if we did this correctly, we should have a total. Let's move this out of the way. Should have a total of $265 to go back to the bank. And so this is where this comes in play. Oops. I have a cash deposit slip here at the bottom. And so as I begin to count, I will put the amount here, put that there, and it should all add up to this $265 here. Now, when you're finished, what you could do is you could take a pair of scissors, cut this out, put that with your cash, put it in the money for the bank, And because for whatever reason, I have no idea what goes on with me. I become dyslexic. I have no idea. But when I get a whole lot of like hundreds of ones, like let's say 200s and ones, I will always be off by either one or by a five or what. And then we have to figure out where the heck did I miscount. This way, the teller can see, oh, there should have been, five fives. So it should have been $25, not 20. And so she's missing a five, or, she's got $201. So she's over by one. So that just kind of helps make my time quicker at the bank, because don't we all want to save some time? So in 20s, we've got 3 20s. So that will give me 60 right there. In 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So that's 6 10s, which will also give me 60. And then in fives, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 fives. And so that should be 190. Let's make sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. And so that's 90. I'm sorry, it should have been $90. That was correct. So 90. And that's 18 fives. Okay. And let's do ones. Yay. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's 30. Let's grab the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So that's 55 right there. 55 and ones. Okay. And so that should add up to 265. 12, 14. Yep, 265. Okay, great. Okay, so when you do this, I have a spot here. So let's say that we had others, and I would reconcile here and just write it here so I could be sure that I was right. But anyway, so all of this will go back to the bank. And because this is kind of small, I usually just put it on this and I send it in with that information into the teller, and they usually are able to get that done pretty quickly for me. It's really cut down on my time, which is great because we're always in a hurry, aren't we all? We got so much stuff to get done all the time. And so also on this one, it has a place for your account number. So you put your account number in there, and it's just a lot easier. My bank actually likes to reduce waste. And so they enjoy when you don't use their deposit slips and that you have something like this instead. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know there was quite a few hiccups, and I'm truly, truly sorry, especially whenever I get nervous and I can't add. But I hope that once I begin to offer these in my Etsy shop, that you all will consider purchasing it. And I hope that it will help you all in your journey as well. And if you don't, that's okay. I just wanted to kind of give you a little look behind the scenes of what I do when the camera's not rolling. So as always, I hope that you will vanquish your debts and that your savings will grow in abundance. Have a great day. See you at the next one. Bye.